Hello children, how are you all? Welcome back to another English lesson. I'm Favor, and the topic we have for today are tenses. What are tenses? Tenses are parts of English language that are used to show when an action has happened. If it has happened before, if it is happening now, or if it will happen in the future. Now, words that you commonly know with tenses are past tense, present tense, or future tense. But in this lesson, we'll go deeper into the types of tenses that we have because we have a broad range of tenses. But for this lesson, I'll list out only 9 tenses that we'll take. 9 tenses. In no particular order, the first will be perfect tense, second will be past simple, third will be past continuous, fourth will be present simple, fifth will be present continuous, sixth will be present perfect, future simple tense, future perfect tense, and future continuous tense. I know there are a lot to take in, but don't worry, that's why I'm here. So we start with the first one, past perfect tense. Now, past perfect tense shows an action that has happened before another action. Remember, past perfect tense shows an action that has happened before another action. First example will be, the thief escaped after the police arrived. Now notice, all our verbs here, escaped and arrived, are in past tense. But it's telling us that one action happened after another action has happened. The thief escaped before the police. So that means before the police had come, the thief had escaped. So which action happened first? The thief escaping. Which action followed? The police arriving. So the two actions happened in the past, but one happened after the other. The second tense we'll be taking is past simple tense. Now, past simple tenses are words that shows actions that have happened before. They are not following any particular order. They're just telling us actions that have happened before. An example would be, the sun shone yesterday. Now, the word shone is telling us that the sun shone yesterday. To make it more simpler for you, it's telling us that the sun shined yesterday. But we can also use the sun shone yesterday. Now, the fourth tense we'll be taking is the present simple tense. The present simple tense tells of a repeated action that is happening now. The highlight word there is repeated action. You keep on doing it and it's happening now. An example will be, the sun shines every day. I hope you all know that the sun always shines every day. Well, not every day, but most days. The sun shines every day. A second example will be, I brush my teeth every morning. Every morning, I brush my teeth. Our fifth tense will be our present continuous tense. Now, present continuous tense tells us of an action that is happening now. However, do not confuse it with present simple tense. Remember, present simple tense tells of an action, not just any action, a repeated action that's happening now. Whereas, present continuous tense tells of an action that's happening now. An example would be, the sun is shining. Taking an example from present simple tense to compare with an example from present continuous tense would be, for present simple tense, the sun is shining every day. Whereas for present continuous tense, the sun is shining. The words to highlight there is shines every day and the sun is shining. They are two different words. Our sixth tense will be the present perfect tense. Now, the present perfect tense tells of an action that is happening indefinitely. Again, indefinitely. That is, it's happening, but you don't know when. In simpler terms, the action will definitely happen, but you don't know when it will happen. Let me give one example. We have eaten the spaghetti. Now, that sentence, we have eaten the spaghetti. The word to highlight there is have eaten. Now, we have eaten the spaghetti. It doesn't tell us if it happened in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. It's just telling us that we have eaten the spaghetti. Our seventh tense will be the future simple tense. Now, the future simple tense tells of an action that can happen or hasn't happened yet. The action can happen but hasn't happened yet. An example will be, Daddy will take me out. Your daddy can take you out, but he hasn't taken you out. The second example will be, Mommy will bake me a cake. Mommy can bake you a cake, but she hasn't done it. But you know she will bake you a cake. Now, what makes it a future simple tense is the word will. Will is used to show what happens in the future. The eighth tense we'll be taking is the future perfect tense. The future perfect tense tells of an action that will be completed in the future, but at a certain time. It will happen in the future, but at a certain time. The key word will be or will have, depending on its plural form or singular form. Will be or will have. Now let's put those words into sentences. Sentence 1. Sophia will have finished reading the book by noon. This sentence tells us that by noon, Sophia will have finished reading it. It hasn't happened yet, but it's happening in the future and at a certain time. Now, what is the certain time there? Noon. Sentence 2. Daddy will have been back home by Sunday. The key word there is will have, and it shows that Daddy will be back home, meaning Daddy is not back home, but he will come back home in the future at a certain time. What is a certain time? By Sunday. Now, the last but not the least is the future continuous tense, and that is our ninth tense. Now, the future continuous tense tells of an action that will happen and continue to happen in the future. Let me repeat. The future continuous tense tells of an action that will happen and will still continue to happen in the future. Example 1. As school resumed, we will be doing a lot of assignments. The assignment will be given in the future and it will still be continued to be given as long as the school is open. Now, I hope you all understand how to use each of these tenses, and not only how to use it, but how to identify them in sentences. Now, we're going into English phonics. In English phonics, our area of concentration for this lesson will be the long R sound and the short R sound. The symbols for each of these are beside them. The long R sound and the short R sound. One is short, while the other is long. So the short R sound is pronounced ah, while the long R sound is pronounced ah. Listen, the short R sound is pronounced ah, while the long R sound is pronounced ah. Now, examples of the short R sound will be mat, cat, fat, factory, plat, P-L-A-I-T, plat. Whereas examples of the long R sound will be part, cart, ask, and cart. For you to better know the quick difference between the long R sound and the short R sound, I'll give you some tips. In English language, the long R sounds are usually followed by either a vowel or an R. An example will be part. In the word part, we have P-A-R-T. The A is followed by R, which makes it long. Using that, let's compare it to the short R sound. The short R sounds like fat. It's only A. There's no other word beside it. A is in the middle. Another word will be cat. No word beside it. Only A is in the middle. Same with factory, plat, sad, sat. Trust you learned a whole lot from today's lesson. We had learned about tenses. What tenses? Remember, tenses used to show time when an action happened, if it's either in the past, present, or future. And I gave you 9 types of tenses, each on the past tense, present tense, and future tense. And in our English phonics, we learned about the long R sound and the short R sound and how to easily differentiate it. So, to the next lesson. Bye-bye.